Hello, all you new moms. Have you been called mom yet? Well, you are a mom. You're a mom before that baby's born. You're carrying your son or your daughter. So I'm happy for you. My name is Lori Parker. I'm the executive director of First Care Women's Clinic, and I'm so glad that you joined us. You know, for years, decades, we've been having classes where all these pregnant moms gather together, and we every week and we have the classes and we have refreshments and we have little games and things. And unfortunately, COVID has stopped a lot of things, but I'm so glad that we can still get together via Zoom. And I hope that maybe things will open up a little bit someday and you can bring those babies in when they're born. Most of you came to First Care Women's Clinic for your pregnancy test or ultrasound for something, so you're familiar with us. But these prenatal classes are part of the support we want to give you as new moms because we want to thank you for choosing life for your unborn children. You probably are thinking to yourself, I want to be the best parent I could be. That's what I thought when I was pregnant with my first child. Unfortunately, I don't think I was the best parent that ever was. We all make mistakes, but I do know that the desire in my heart was to be the best parent I could be. And if that's your desire, I just want you to know that you're making a major step by taking these classes. Because the more you know, the more you're going to be a part of the decisions that are made about you and about your baby. You're going to be in more control than if you were just accepting what other people say for you to do. Things like when a doctor says to you, you need a C-section, you'll learn enough to ask him questions to determine, do you really need a C-section? If pain management, somebody says, well, let me give you this to dull the pain, you might learn something during this pain management section of what we do that might change your mind and say, no, I don't think I want that, or I prefer to have this. So these are things that give you and empower you, give you control. Whether or not you're going to be induced. I mean, every mom would love to be able to pick the time you can have your makeup on just right and get that shower, because 2 of my 4 children were born at a day when I had not showered yet, just to tell you. And you know, being induced, you can get all your ducks in a row. You walk out, you know, when your baby's born, those are great. But there's a lot about being induced that could possibly make labor harder. So you need to learn that. Do I really want to be induced? Do I want to wait until my body tells me it's time? And what will determine what I need to do? You know all those tests that you get when you go to prenatal care and they just do things, you don't have any idea why they're doing it. They don't even really sometimes even tell you what the results of the test were because they don't think you understand it. You're going to understand a lot of that after these prenatal classes, and you can ask questions. So how this prenatal class is going to work via Zoom is we're going to have this lovely nurse. Her name is Jane Ferguson. She's a registered nurse, and she's going to kind of act as a master of ceremonies, an MC, of all the different classes that you do week by week, because there'll be a new topic every week. You're also going to get different instructors that will address different topics. And each instructors are professional and just pros in that particular subject. They're probably pros in a lot of other subjects as well, but they've chosen that one. They all have different personalities. You're going to meet people who are just totally different, but I'm telling you, they're so knowledgeable. And what we're going to cover includes things like care in pregnancy. Do you know that right now there are things that you could do or not do that could help you have a healthier pregnancy and birth and even after the baby's born? Things like getting enough sleep, eating right, exercising, and I don't mean aerobics. I mean exercising in that you're moving around, you're getting that heart pumping a little bit, you're active so that you won't be as stiff during labor. And actually, labor goes faster for women who are more active. And your stress level. So these are things that, just a few things that can make a tremendous difference. And we're going to be covering those. We're also going to have a nutritionist who's going to talk to you about proper nutrition. One of the things that I found really astonishing is we always hear that when you have a baby and you're pregnant, you have to eat double the calories for you and your baby you're eating for 2. That's not true, sadly. I'm sad to say, because we'd all love to eat for 2 and not gain any weight. Actually, it's only 300 more calories per day. Shocking. Also, breastfeeding. Some of you have made the decision already that you're not going to breastfeed. But I think when you learn about the benefits of breastfeeding, you might change your mind. It's free nutrition for your baby. And you know, when you go to the hospital, they're going to give you this little thing, and it's going to have all this baby formula in it. And it's free. It's their samples. Because if you use WIC, they usually have an agreement with one particular type of baby milk. And right now it's Enfamil, for example. So in the hospital, you're probably going to get this little case of Enfamil. It's going to look like a whole lot. And you're going to be tired and nobody's pushing you to do anything. And you say, yeah, I think I'll just take all this Enfamil. It'll last me a long time. And I'm just going to bottle feed. I'm just asking you to make the decision that is best for you and your child and not be tempted by a company who's giving you that formula, because they make money by you committing to using their product. Breast milk is the best nutrition for your child, and it changes as the baby grows. You're going to learn about that. And also, breast milk has all the stuff that you have to protect yourself. You transfer it to your baby and keeps your baby healthier. Also, recognizing labor. If you've had a baby before, or I'm sure you've heard of somebody who went to the hospital thinking they were in labor, only to go home finding out they weren't. And we are going to help you and educate you on how to recognize legitimate labor and not those things called Braxton Hicks. And then stages of labor. I remember with my first child, I thought I was in a really good stage of labor, and I'm thinking, hey, I can do this. This is a piece of cake. Only to find I was still in the first stage of labor, which was very disappointing to me. I really didn't understand what the stages were. Had I known, I would have been much more equipped and not as surprised as the labor intensified. And then types of deliveries. If a doctor comes to you and say, we need to do a C-section, know why that he would say that. What causes a woman to have a C-section? Pain management, we talked about that. You should be in control of your pain management. And also, by the way, you should tell your care provider, the hospital, and your doctors that you choose what you're choosing to use for pain management, just like you should tell them that you've chosen to breastfeed. Because if you don't tell them, they're just going to do the easiest thing for you. And they would recommend some type of pain management, or they would recommend that Enfamil in that case. But if you say, I'm going to breastfeed, they're not going to offer you that. They're going to get that lactation expert in there to help you get started in breastfeeding. And if you say, I'm going to go natural, which I don't necessarily say is always the best thing. It can, it's a wonderful experience, but that's individual to individual. There's a lot of safe ways to manage your pain. But if you say that, they're not going to be offering you other types of pain medication. And then we're going to be also educating you on postpartum. You've heard of the baby blues? There's hormonal reasons for that. Your hormones are trying to get back into sync. And sometimes it lasts longer for other women, but most of the time it's a very short in duration. But it certainly is great to know how to handle those baby blues and what you can do to make them better. And just what's going on in your body. Your hips have expanded. Now everything is coming back. Your uterus is coming back. Your hips are coming back. And it just changes you all over. So just being prepared for that helps you to deal with it better. And of course, newborn care. I have to tell you a story. My daughter, when she had her first child, and she's a registered nurse now, her and her husband were taking my grandson home, her first child, and they wheeled her outside in the wheelchair, and she gets up out of the wheelchair, and the nurse is still there and they were getting the baby set in the car seat. And my son-in-law opens the door for her, and he whispers to her, they're actually letting us take this baby home? Because it's an awesome sense of, one minute I felt like people didn't trust me with anything. Now they're handing me this newborn baby and said, okay, this baby's life is in your hands. That's awesome. That's an awesome responsibility. And knowing exactly how to recognize when something might be wrong, or how to handle colic, how much sleep your baby needs, how often do you feed, all of these things will be part of newborn care. I have had 4 kids. I almost said 5. I've only had 4. And I have learned so much from the instruction. I've heard this prenatal class for years. And every time I hear it, I hear something new. Of course, it's too late for me, but it's not too late for you. And along with all this great instruction, Each time you finish a session, you will earn 30 points toward our baby boutique. Baby boutique that has baby equipment, diapers, wipes, clothes, blankets, bibs, bottles, pacifiers, socks, booties, you name it, it's in there. Diaper bags, I could go on. Even those little boppy pillows, we even have those. It is such a cost saver. I'd like to take you into our baby boutique just to show you how important this will be after this baby's born. Now, at first, you're probably going to get some things from friends and family, and it looks like a whole lot, and you think, well, gosh, it'll be a long time before I need anything. Wrong. Your baby grows so fast, and it won't be any time, and you're going to need to find, you're going to need a source for that next size, or that car seat that the baby has outgrown, all those kind of things. And we're here to help you. So let's go and take a look at the baby boutique so you can see where you'll be shopping. So this is one of 5 rooms in our baby boutique. This actually, I think, is the larger sizes. We go up to size 2 toddler in boys and girls. But I want to show you what you can get for just one visit with 30 points. Imagine what this would do to help you and what a savings this would be, just to be able to redeem your 30 points and continue to keep your baby in clothes and blankets and supplies until your baby is 2 toddler. That's amazing. And this is just one of 5 rooms that you can go to as your baby progresses in size. For most of you, you've been to First Care Women's Clinic at some point, and you might remember that there were 2 buildings that kind of faced each other, and you walked down a sidewalk in between the 2 buildings. Well, you turned to the right to go into the bigger building so you could get your test and possibly have an ultrasound or meet with someone. But the baby boutique is located in the other building. And right now, because of COVID, we have to have the doors locked, but you knock on the door and someone will open the door. And when you finish the class, every class you take, you'll be on a roster because you'll have to let us know that you took the class. And then with that roster, you will have earned 30 points. Now, I highly recommend that you wait until your baby's born to purchase or to redeem your points because you don't know what you're going to need. And if you get things premature, you might have somebody that holds a shower for you or some friend that says, I've got a lot of baby clothes, and you probably might think, I wish I hadn't gotten all of that. I could have used that for diapers instead because diapers is an ongoing need. I recommend it, but if you don't think you have any source for supplies, come on, let's get you taken care of before the baby's born. But you knock on the door and you will be told how many points you have, and it'll be in our database. And you give them your name and they will look you up and tell you how many points you have, and you gather things. You shop yourself. You get the things that you need the most. And if you can call us in advance and say it's something unusual, and you say, I really need this with my points, then if we don't have it, we'll try to go ahead and order it for you so that we can let you know when it comes in and you can pick it up then. If you're just delivering your baby and you can't get out, but you're in desperate need of diapers or something, call us. I've ordered things and had it dropped right at your door before to make it more convenient for you. I hope I don't get any calls for formula, though. I do hope you all choose to breastfeed. But just imagine that this is like a store, a baby store, and I love baby stores, don't you? And this is just a place where you can go, and instead of money, it's points. So please, I urge you to watch every session, and there's several of them, and every session is 30 points. And the more points you add, the more you get to use. Baby equipment's a little higher in points. So if you're needing a crib or something, you need to let us know in advance because that's something you're going to want in advance. If you need a car seat, then that's something we're going to order for you. So please let us know those things. We'll go ahead and prepare them. But speaking of car seats, if you go to the health department and take a safety class, you'll get a car seat. And that's a good safety class to take as well, because putting that car seat in properly is so important. And if you have a car seat and you haven't got it in your car yet, go to the fire department. They'll help you. I just wanted to show you, and I picked boys' clothes today because normally I pick girls, not because girls are better than boys, but because girls' clothes are better than boys, aren't they? Couple of things I want to close with. First of all, these boxes called the Love Box was donated by some ladies at Johnson Ferry Baptist Church specifically for you. They just want you to know that you matter, that your children matter, and they're supporting you as you prepare for the delivery of your baby. So if you've taken this class, when you come to pick your first order, or you might come in and say, I took all the classes, I want to go ahead and get my box, you can come and pick up a box. We have them here waiting for you. We've got several of them. So the first person who emails me at loricps@att.net, after all the classes have finished, and if you have completed all the classes, the first person who emails me at loricps@att.net and says, I took all the classes and I learned a lot, will earn and win this basket. This is a girl's basket, but I'll switch it all over to a boy's basket. But it's just filled with stuff. Look at this. Is this not the cutest thing you ever saw? I mean, it's like little snow boots for babies. There's just all kinds of stuff in here. And I'll just make sure that if you're having a boy, we'll just make sure everything in there's for a boy. But this is called a Moses basket. And you could actually put a newborn baby in there for a little while. Not for long, but they look cute in there. Anyway, just be sure to remember that after the end of the classes, and you'll know when the classes are over, just make sure if you have taken all the classes that you send that email and be the first one to send it so that you can win this beautiful basket. You know, this should be the most joyful time of your life. Having a baby is just a miracle. And you should feel really excited about the birth of your baby. And I'm sure all of you really are. But some of you may also be experiencing some stress. And stress can rob you of your joy. Stress that may be because finances. How am I going to be able to support myself and my children or my child when I'm on maternity leave? Will I lose my job? Who's going to take care of my baby when I go back to work? Who's going to be there to help me when I get home from the hospital and help me with food and household needs? Who's going to be there to support me emotionally? Is the father of my baby going to be there? Is where I'm living now going to work for me after the baby's born? I just want you to know you're not alone. Please don't let anything steal your joy. We are here for you. We have all kinds of resources. If we don't have it here, we're going to do our very best to find resources for you. I know this is a very difficult time. Many of you may have lost your job during this time. Or the fathers of your children have lost their jobs. It's a difficult time for everybody. But together, we can get through it. We want you to feel the joy you should be feeling as a new mom. God has given you a priceless gift, and He's entrusted you with this baby's care. And I'm just telling you that God has also said to this organization, a Christian organization, told us to reach out to moms like you because He says, trust me, I'm going to take care of you. If you're struggling with anything, and you don't know exactly what's going to happen when the baby's born financially or housing-wise or whatever, call us at 770-590-9361. My name is Lori Parker. I'm the Executive Director of First Care Women's Clinic, and you can call and ask for me, and we will work this out together. But I will tell you, now's the time to work it out. Don't wait until you have your baby and let all of this fall on you, because not only will it give you stress at a time when you should feel even greater joy, but it could affect the kind of parent that you become. And you all are here and listening to this because you want to be the best parent. And being the best parent means you're a prepared parent. Work on it now. Face it head on. You've got some time. This is the time to get all these things sorted out. And again, we can help. You know, life is precious. Thank you for choosing life. I want you to know that I don't care if you have a lot or a little financially. Your baby is priceless. as a Christian organization, I will tell you that the Bible says that He has already placed an anointing on your baby that says, this is what I've purposed for this child to do in life. Your child is born with a divine purpose, and so are you. You are priceless, and don't forget it. God bless you.